Now let's just say that you want to go for a heavy PR and you want some tips, you want some specifics in terms of how to do that properly to get the best results and most importantly, have success at reaching that PR. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to break down everything for you. For starters, what even is a PR? Well, it stands for personal record or PB, personal best. Now, during any form of your workouts, you should always be focusing on progressive overload. And that means, hey, maybe you're lifting heavier for bicep curls, shoulder presses, lat pull downs, and constantly getting PRs in that aspect. But in today's video specifically, we're going to be talking about going for your max PR. And that's only going to be about 1 or 2 reps. That's it. Nothing more. And I'm going to teach you guys how to set that up properly, how to have the right mindset, and most importantly also is why you should strive to go after these PRs. Going for these max lifts, it's very important to understand this is pretty much going to be a 10 out of 10 on the RPE scale. So what does that mean? You're going to be exerting the most amount of energy for these exercises. So it's very important to warm up properly. Now, personally, there's only about 5 main compound exercises that I recommend going for these max lifts on. And remember, a max lift is only 1 to 2 reps max, that's all. The first exercise is going to be a deadlift. Now, this could be a regular conventional stance deadlift. This could be also a sumo stance deadlift or a trap bar deadlift. The second exercise is going to be a squat. Now, this could be either your regular barbell squats, this could be your Smith machine squats, this could be belt assisted squats, or it could also be a box squat as well. The third exercise is going to be either a flat or an incline bench press. Now, this could be done at the gym with using barbells or using a Smith machine as well. But regardless, it's either going to be a flat bench or an incline bench. Fourth exercise is pretty similar, but instead of using the barbell or the Smith machine, we're only going to be using dumbbells. So that means that you're either going to have the bench at a flat or at an incline. You're going to grab some heavy dumbbells, and what you're going to be focusing on is dumbbell chest pressing. Remember, either flat or incline when going for these PRs. And the fifth and final exercise that I recommend is a weighted pull-up. Now keep in mind, since this is going to use the most amount of energy when going for these PRs, you don't want to wait until the end of the workout or even the middle of the workout when going for these heavy lifts. You want to try to knock it out first thing when doing your workout. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you're warming up your body properly. I mean, think about it. This is going for a heavy lift. The last thing that you want to do is injure yourself. So warming up is very key for this. To be honest, it doesn't really matter which exercise you choose to go for that PR. You still want to make sure that you're following through this warm-up process exactly the same. The first thing that you want to do is either hit the treadmill or go for some laps around your gym. You want to make sure that, once again, you're warming up your entire body. Even if you're just focusing on doing, let's say, a barbell chest press, you still want to make sure that you're getting plenty of blood circulating throughout your entire body. So hit the treadmill, hit some laps around your gym, and just walk at a steady pace. Try to get that heart rate up just a little bit. You do not have to go for a crazy intense run. No, you just want to get a little brisk walk in, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes max. The second tip is walk immediately over to that area where you're going to be performing this PR at. Remember, you don't want to focus on any other exercises. You can save that for after you go for that PR. You want to save the most amount of energy for going for this PR, and that typically means you want to do this first and foremost. You want to use the most amount of energy for that heavy PR. And this is what I recommend doing next, is warm up with a form of a body weight exercise that's also in alignment with that heavy PR that you're going to be going for. So let's say if you're doing a barbell bench press or a dumbbell bench press, warm up anywhere from 10 to about 20 reps of just doing some push-ups. If let's say you're going for a barbell squat or a Smith machine squat or box squat, well, warm up with just body weight squats. If let's say you're going for a heavy deadlift, you can do either a squat or a hinge movement at the hips. Once again, this is just getting the alignment of the exercise that you're going to be performing, but warming up your body properly. The third tip is to actually perform the exercise with either a barbell or some light dumbbells. So let's say you're going for a squat, a bench, or a deadlift. Grab the bar and just the bar. That's it. There is no weights on the sides of the bar. That's all. And you're going to be performing that exercise for anywhere from 10 to about 20 reps. Remember, it's just a warm-up set that you're pretty much doing at this point. And if let's just say you're going for a heavy, dumbbell PR for either, flat bench or incline chest press, then, grab something light when it comes to dumbbells. Maybe that's 10 pounders, maybe that's 15 pounders, something that once again is just getting that range of motion down to where it's comfortable for you and engaging the muscles slightly, but it's nothing that actually is working the muscles to fatigue. And I personally only recommend about 3 to 5 working sets before going for that heavy PR. And make sure that you're only sticking with about 3 to 5 reps max for every single one of these working sets. Let's just say that we're going for a max lift when it comes to barbell bench press. And let's say we want to try to get 315 pounds. Here's exactly how you want to warm up properly during your working sets. So personally for me, I'm just going to give you a guideline in terms of what I like to do. Obviously, the weights are going to change for your body type and obviously your strength level. But what I like to do is for that first working set is just have the barbell with a 45 on each side. That's 135 pounds. I'll do that for 5 reps. And then I'll throw on 2 25s. So a 25 on this side, a 25 on this side. So now we're at 185 pounds. And I might do that from 4 to about 5 reps. And then I'll take off the 25s on each side and I'll replace them with a 45 on each side. So now we're at 225 pounds. And I'll do that for about 3 to about 4 reps. And then I'll throw back on those 25s with the 2 extra 45s that's already on there. So now we're at about 275 pounds. And I'll do that for, 3 to about 4 reps as well. You want to find something that is going to give you a mental edge. Now, this is either going to help you when it comes to, getting you angry, using some adrenaline, hyping you up, anything like that. Because here's the thing, this is going to be a heavy PR. This is going to be a step outside of your comfort zone. And this is also where you're kind of faced with that, what if it doesn't happen? What if I fail? How am I going to look in front of all these people? So you want to get in the zone. Maybe that's blasting some music. Maybe that's thinking about, somebody that broke your heart way back in the day and you're mad, you're upset about it. Maybe it was like this greatest time in your life where you had to overcome something. Whatever it is that works for you, you want to get in the zone mentally. And hear me out. You want to just go perform that lift and don't look back, baby. You want to go all in and don't second guess it. The more that you wait, the more that you contemplate, the more that you kind of focus on like, oh man, that's a lot of weight on the bar, or what if this happens? You're going to start mentally psyching yourself out. So the biggest thing to keep in mind is the mental game is always what's going to help you win the battle and go for these heavy PRs. So you got to get in the zone. Keep in mind also, it's best to have somebody there to spot you when going for these PRs. So put the ego aside and just ask somebody at their gym, even if it means it's stepping outside of your own comfort zone, and just say, hey, would you mind spotting me on this one? I bet you 9 times out of 10, somebody's always going to say yes. They're not going to mind at all. Now, why is it so important to go for these heavy PRs? Well, from a science-based perspective, you are going to be engaging in more HGH, human growth hormone, and that's obviously going to help you out when it comes to building more testosterone, building more muscle mass on you. But putting that aside, I think more than anything, it's important to go for these heavy PRs at least, once every other month, simply because it's going to help you out mentally. It is such a big step outside your comfort zone. And also, it breaks those self-limiting beliefs. If you're somebody that struggled with putting on strength and you maybe never thought of yourself as somebody that could lift up, a certain amount of weight, and you're able to actually perform that 1, maybe 2 reps max for this heavy PR, think about the amount of confidence that you're going to have. So I think that's the biggest reason to be going for these heavy PRs is the confidence boost, is the mental edge that you're going to gain when it comes to breaking those self-limiting beliefs as well. Lastly, before we wrap things up, keep in mind every dog has its day. So it's like you really have to get a good sense of how you're feeling for that day when performing those PRs. If let's say you woke up and you're just in a grumpy mood and maybe you have a headache and who knows, maybe you have a lagging injury or maybe you didn't even get a good night's sleep the night before, I wouldn't recommend going for a PR. You want to make sure that, you're feeling it. You're up for the challenge, but most importantly is like you're feeling your best. You don't want to show up and go for this heavy PR and once again, you're not fully engaged. You're not mentally there as well because what's going to happen? More than likely, you might fail out on that And that's actually going to disappoint you. You know, you might feel a little bit discouraged. So it's like show up for those heavy PR days on the days where you actually feel engaged. You know that, okay, I'm feeling really good today. You know, I'm just going to go for it. And even if I fail, who cares? At least I made the attempt to go for those heavy PRs. So keep that in mind because that's very important to understand. I really hope that you guys got a lot of value from today's episode. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know your biggest takeaway. And as well, if you guys have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that. As always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.